I do.
There we go. 1 2 1 2. Welcome to the After the Bell podcast. DJs talking WWE. We have my man David representing Virginia. Say what's up, David.
What's going on, fellas?
And my brother Jared out of Portland. What up, Jared?
Good to be back with you guys. Good to see you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, Jared, this is actually your first appearance because we did the Ghost Show before. So, welcome in, everybody. So, I kind of introduced David on the first Monday Night Raw show. So, Jared, how long have you been watching WWE, all that kind of good stuff? What pulled you in?
Oh, gosh. I go back a couple decades. My dad was the one that got me into it in the early 90s, probably when I was like 4 or 5 years old, if I can remember that far back. And he was the biggest, like, Jake the Snake dude. He loved the snake. And, he would always, like, we go out and he'd take me to motocross races. And so it's like a Slim Jim from a Macho Man and everything like that. So he got me back into the early days.
Yeah. Love it, man. Love it. So we're here. We're all DJs, like I said. So the reason we're kind of recording this here on a Saturday is because we're DJs and we do work on Fridays. So it's a little bit more difficult for us. So you'll always get a new show as close to the actual air date as possible is what we're going to be doing with it. So let's go ahead and talk about SmackDown from last night. A couple key takeaways, and then we'll kind of break everything down. So first and foremost, Drew tried to rig the main event, which we'll talk about. Cody still survived it, but we'll talk about that. And then, we had a big storyline kind of go on with Carmelo and a whole 10 tag team man match, which is crazy. But let's start it out top of the show. Tiffany time comes out to kind of assert her dominance. And you guys know how much I love my Tiffany time voice. So I'm glad she didn't talk for too long before she got interrupted by Nia Jax and Lash Legend, which led right into the tag team match of Rhea Ripley, Io Sky versus Lash Legend and Nia Jax. So what did you guys think of the whole contest? I mean, we kind of had a weird stoppage because the match was kind of going, and then I think it was Nia set up the table, right? Outside of the ring. And then Io Sky kind of flew over it, but they kind of like missed it. So it was only like half the table. I'm not going to lie. I don't know about you guys. I know, David, we didn't even really talk about this last night. I kind of thought Nia Jax might've been hurt. Like, 'cause she was like laid out. Like, she was doing a good job of acting if she's not hurt, but she was kind of laid out after Io Sky kind of did that flip. And then shortly after that, the ref just calls it. What were your thoughts on the match itself? And then did the stoppage kind of kill the momentum? What were you guys kind of thinking? Jared, I'll start with you.
I have mixed feelings about this because, you get these stoppages and it's just like, why? That's a big question.
That was my point. Yeah.
It's just like randomly. I'm like, how many times over the years have we seen somebody go through the barricade, through the small little partition wall right there? Multiple times, dozens of times. I
want to say even 2 other times later in the show, we saw that.
Exactly. And it's like, I can understand if there was a stoppage, but knowing the product like I do, there was never one time that a referee did this to be able to signify a medical issue and a real stoppage. So yes, it is a play. Yes, it's probably for the storyline and everything like that to be able to set something up, but it would have been nice to have a little bit of context as to why, because I think even Barrett and Michael Cole were, kind of confused on that.
Yeah, they seem confused too. Yeah,
yeah. So with it moving to 3 hours, I appreciate them trying to throw in a little bit of Tiffy time in there. I feel like that could have been elongated a little bit, like, why is she going to the back right after that? Why can't she stay out? Whatever happened to some of these folks, some of these wrestlers jumping in ringside or jumping in and being a color commentator, during a match, we haven't had that in a long time. Let's get some extra analysis, get some extra TV time with some of them.
Yeah. I remember, I think it was Street Profits was the last that I can remember kind of doing commentary alongside, and that was months ago. So yeah, you're right. It's been a while. David, what did you think? You think the stoppage was kind of weird, or what you kind of think?
And I'm like Jared. Definitely, you can tell. It makes, if it was Vince running the things, it seems like an old Vince move back in the day. Like, he just gets pissed at the match and just says, "Fuck it, cut it off."
I didn't consider that angle, but yeah, maybe. But you know what? I don't know about you guys. I kind of felt like the match was going okay. I mean, I was entertained by it. I was like, literally, it was a big, Io Sky jumping over the ring, Nia Jax through the table when they stopped it. They're like, oh, that was like, I thought the ref was just like, that was awesome. Let's stop the match.
I'd probably put it as one of the better matches of the night.
Yeah,
and
I would too.
The ref was in the ring.
Yes, he was in the ring. He was in the ring when he called it. So yeah, that was kind of a weird kind of end to it. Do you think Io kind of maybe they were trying to protect Io a little bit and Rhea Ripley to not have them lose against maybe Lash and Nia? I mean, that's really the only thing I could think of is they're just like, okay, we're gonna let this ride because they need that to ride to WrestleMania pretty much.
I mean, I could see a no contest, but just how. Yeah, I'm like you. Tess and Barrett didn't even know what to do.
Yeah, the finish was definitely weird, and kind of jumping back to Jared's point about it being 3 hours now. As I was kind of taking notes for the show, you could kind of tell the real filler stuff, and what I mean by that is like the Cody promo backstage where he's just basically like, "Yeah, I'm doing a triple threat. That's what's going on tonight," and it's like 5 minutes of just him talking shit, basically, and then they do the same thing with Jacob, and then we had the Sami segment with Drew, which actually had a little context that that was fine, but it's just these kind of pointless backstage segments where just like we got to kill 10 minutes.
You know what I would love to see? That you bring up a great point there. What I would love to see, this goes back to the playbook of Rock versus Cena and the buildup over the entire year from Mania to Mania and utilizing social media. Do some of that kind of stuff on social media and build up the full week into it, because then on the night of, now that it's 3 hours, use those 3-4 minute segment promos to be able to build up your mid card guys. That they have lacked on that part to be able to build up some of these guys. Like they're giving I know we're going to chat about this here in a little bit, but they're giving a great opportunity, I feel like, to Trick to be able to utilize his mouth and what he does well there. Bring some of these other guys up and help them develop even more that way. But it's like, help yourself out and utilize the full week to its fullest and throw some of this stuff on social, for example, a perfect thing was a month or two ago, whenever I think December maybe it was leading up, was Cody and Drew. Cody showing up at Drew's house and then releasing that on social media. Dude, that got so
stuff
many
like that.
views.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. I think they should. One thing I do notice is WWE's getting a little bit more smarter as far as kind of distributing their product, and what I mean by that is now you have some of the WWE superstars going over to AAA, and they might show up on TNA. And now, I know I talked to you guys about this. Now they show those dark matches before the actual Raws and SmackDown. They show those on Main Event on YouTube. So now you can so they're kind of spreading out like their talent, because I think they realize they're at a place where they got a lot in the middle and not so much at the top. So they're just trying to kind of like, okay. And to your point, maybe some of those mid guys can get up top. They just need that little push there. So I totally agree with that.
What you're referring to, sorry to cut you off.
No,
what
good.
You're referring to is, you kind of being a little bit newer to the scene. And this is something where I'd love to go back and talk and kind of like review a bunch of the stuff in the past, but I know David will know this, but all those dark matches and stuff that they're showing on YouTube, that used to be Sunday Night Heat. I
don't even know about that.
Sunday Night Heat was, David, what was that? Was that Oxygen Network?
No, USA. It was USA too.
Was it USA?
Yeah.
Or they used to have Sunday Night Heat.
They did a Super Bowl halftime one year.
That's right.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
no, that's crazy.
Wasn't it Rock Mankind with the arena
empty? Title? Yeah.
For a halftime of a Super Bowl?
Halftime of Super Bowl, Rock
Mankind,
empty arena, awesome. No disqualifiers. No disqualifications.
I remember what year.
Dude, that's crazy. I had no idea about that. That's nuts. So, just if this is your first episode watching, I've only really been watching WWE the last 2.5 years, so I'm kind of fresh. So when Jared and David are vets, so I lean on them for all that stuff. So yeah, I had no idea about that. That sounds awesome, though. I definitely wouldn't mind seeing that again. But yeah, so after our tag team match with the no contest or ref throwing up his hands.
Just look at it.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, what was it?
99.
So not even that long ago. I mean, well, I guess that is about 26 years ago now. So goddamn, time flies. All right. So next up we had Melo backstage talking to Cardona and Apollo a little bit, and they're all friendly and they're like, hey man, we definitely want that shot. And Melo's like, I got you, just not tonight. Kind of promised Ilya. So and they're like, all right, cool, no problem. Of course he turns. There's the Miz, his ultimate enemy right now. And the Miz to me right now is just the he's that guy that just bitches all the time. It's just like, it should have been me. It should have been me. Like it reminds me of all our DJ friends that don't get gigs and they go, it's because of the price. And it's just like, you're just making excuses. Like so how we feeling about Miz? How we feeling about Miz kind of at this point?
I mean, that's Miz. I mean, that's been his character for the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, side note: if you hadn't listened to his interview with Undertaker, 6 Feet Under,
what did he say? I didn't see that.
Just overall, very good. Definitely, it's worth checking out.
Oh, okay, all right, awesome. Yeah, I mean, it seems like I remember him from the Real World days, and I was telling my girlfriend, I was just like, yeah, that's a guy from like Real World and what was it, Road Rules Challenge? I think he was on there too. So, yeah, way back in the day. So, Melo goes into the center of the stage, kind of does a little promo and let everyone know that he will be in the Chamber qualifier next week. Then Ilya comes out. Oh, by the way, how do we feel about that? Melo in the qualifier. Do you think we'll talk about it a little bit later. I think it's Melo, Trick, and I'm drawing a blank.
Damien.
Yep. So what do you think? Go ahead, Jared. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
Damien gets through. I think it's a great match. Honestly, to tell you the truth, I think they want to push Melo and Ilya to a chamber match, but not in the chamber, but just a US title match at that premium live event, because those two have just put on so many good matches already. And I think that is going to be another one, because that would be the third one in the series in the last
that would be third.
Because the last one got interfered in.
Yep. Well, and tonight Ilya comes out, and then before they can even wrestle, MFT's music hits, which, we're DJs. Let's talk about music. MFT's music as Solo's music might be one of my favorites. Like right after Cult of Personality, I just love the taking it all, like when that fire hits, and it's just, man, when you hear that, I love it. You don't like it, Jared? I love it.
No, I do like it.
Oh, okay.
The funny thing is, go ahead, David.
Y'all play college football 26 any?
I don't.
There's some song, like there's a theme, like in the game that have like in-game music and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's a beat and that sounds just like it.
Well, what were you gonna say, Jared, about the music? Just it's okay.
Music's good.
Yeah.
If we're talking like the entrance, that is, I appreciate almost slightly more with the music. And it's funny because it's the Samoan dynasty anyway, but it's Jacob Fatu.
Yeah, he's another one too. Yeah. When that fire hits and
fire so well on the beat that I can appreciate it so much.
Yeah. And just I think I touched on it on our episode on Raw. What really drew me into the WWE was that production aspect and music with the fire and, lights going with it. I'm like, oh man, this shit is crazy. So that's what really brought me into it. But backing up a little bit. So, Melo, Ilya comes out, gets interrupted by the MFTs. They're basically saying, hey, I want that title. Of course, MFTs jump into the ring. Chaos ensues. Then we have Apollo and Matt Cardona come out to help out Carmelo and Ilya. And then Shinsuke comes out by himself also to help them out. And Nick Aldis then comes out and says, hey, you know what, guys? Let's do a 10-team tag match, which me as a newer wrestling fan, I've never seen that many before. The most I've seen at that point, I think, was 4-on-4. So that was kind of cool. I was kind of excited about it. The match itself, end up Melo getting pinned. What do you guys think? Did Melo getting pinned hurt his momentum at all? How you kind of feeling about Melo right now? Anything that in the match that really stood out? David, I'll open up to you first.
I was surprised that it wasn't Solo that pinned him. It was it was Tama.
Yeah, it was Tama. Yep.
So, especially when Solo is the one making the play for the U.S. title. So
yeah, but Tama's
I
been
got a feeling.
trying.
I got a feeling that Mania is going to be some kind of ladder match for the U.S. title.
Yeah, that's a good point. But remember, David, over the last probably month or so, 4 to 6 weeks, Tama's been doing those small promos hinting at the U.S. title for some time. But obviously Solo has as well. But I feel like Solo's in that middle ground, just kind of like nowhere, no man's land right now. Of like, are you gonna go for a higher title? Are you just gonna be the leader of the MFTs? Are you gonna stay in the U.S. title picture? Like, what direction are you going?
Solo. Go ahead, David. Go ahead.
Where they planted that little nugget about Solo's match last week, the MFTs abandoned him.
Right. They did. And by the way, Solo, one of the funniest guys on the show, I think is very, very, very underrated. Carmelo Hayes is just like, well, I was coming to get one title, but I might as well get two. And Solo does this, oh, I was coming to get one title. Shut the hell up. Like, he just cracks me up every time, man. I don't know if you guys saw that clip. It was actually at a show I was at in Hershey. Some girl was like yelling at him as he's like walking down. And she was just like, what are you looking at? And he goes, your fucked up makeup. Like, I was like, yo, this dude is crazy.
They could have used him so much more when it was the tribal
bloodline
chief
stuff.
And the bloodline and everything like that. But
so that's kind of my question to you guys. So Solo is actually one of those guys, Jared, that you talk about on the mid card that I kind of feel can be elevated. Like, I feel like he has room to elevate should they give him the push. Now, my question to you guys, do you think the MFTs are holding him back from that? Because I kind of feel like they are, because right now, I don't know about you guys, I feel like the MFT thing just isn't really working. What are your thoughts? Anybody?
There's not enough they need to develop more groups, because if you think about it and lay everything out, the only group similar to them is the Wyatt Six. Otherwise, it's like, what other storylines are you going to develop? You're going to have, the MFTs versus just tag teams. So then it's an automatic, 4 or 5 on 2 every dang time. Where do you develop those storylines and develop the characters of the guys? That's why I was saying it's a no man's land right now. And
the thing about the Wyatt Six too, Jared, if you really think about it, yes, they're presented as a group, but it's really just 2 guys that really wrestle. Like Uncle Howdy and Nikki Cross. Howdy gets in there sometimes. I don't think Nikki Cross is. I think I saw a stat like she didn't wrestle in like 4 years or something like that.
Crazy. She's so good.
I've never seen her wrestle. Put it that way. Me as being a fan, as much as I am, I watch as much as I can. I've never seen her wrestle. Ever.
I mean, she was a Raw champion for a while. Women's
Really? Wow.
Yeah, she was women's.
And that's crazy to me because she doesn't do anything. Like, that's crazy.
She's talented.
So
she's very good.
And that's kind of the thing too. I feel like the Wyatt Six really isn't working either. And at the end of the match, after the MFTs, they still have the lantern and all that. Lights go out. They show the Wyatt Six up in the audience. Just a kind of. I guess we're gonna go back to that because I guess they don't really have anything else for them to do.
At least get the lantern back.
I gotta be honest with you guys. So Wyatt Six, again, I don't really know anything previous. 2.5 years. When they first came back on the show, which was new to me, I was like, whoa, this looks awesome. And then they came out with the entrance and I was like, yo, this is crazy. Where they lost momentum for me was actually SummerSlam, because SummerSlam, their entrance got a little screwed up because it was still daylight. So it was still very bright. So you didn't get that feel of the entrance. And I might be wrong on this, but it was either this time or the next time they showed up on the shows, they shortened their theme. so it wasn't as dramatic. I don't know if you guys noticed that they shortened the theme. It used to start with just like a bing, bing, and then they just kind of sped it up, and they're like, this is taking too long. But the dramatic is actually what made it super dope, in my personal opinion. So what do you guys think of, like, why, like, do you guys think they even have a future, or just going to kind of ride this MFT thing out until it all blows up and then we break them out solo? I don't know what's they're
Well,
planning.
Matt, do you know the history of the Wyatt Six?
I don't. Well, I know about Brady Wyatt and all that. Yeah.
So that was when Bray came back. That was his theme.
Right.
And Bo.
Firefly Funhouse.
Yep. Well, no, after that was when he came back after his run, after the the Fun House. How he debuted, the whole goal. Watch the Bray Wyatt special on Peacock.
Okay.
Very, very, very good. But
okay,
Howdy, that was supposed to be those two together. And I think the whole goal overall, they were going to put a group together. And if you think about it, the 6 members, not actually 6. It's
right.
Bray. It's Bray.
Right. Got you. So yeah, so that's what kind of happened there. I don't know. MFT Wyatt 6, they unfortunately just kind of seem like fillers at this point. Hopefully, I don't know. Maybe they'll fight at Elimination. Maybe WrestleMania one of the nights. I'm sure probably WrestleMania. They'll probably want to get them in there at some point.
You know what? If I can cut you off, Matt.
Yeah.
I don't want them to copy AEW, but something that I've thought of for a few weeks, for a while now. I would love them to take a book out of AEW's playbook and develop a triples championship. And, so you've got the 3 guys and they've got those titles, because sometimes you get these groups of 5, groups of 4, and you get some of these guys that are lost. Like, for example, Eric Rowan. David can probably attest to this. You go back, 10 years, 8 years, and Rowan was one of the top tag teams. Yep. Him and Luke Harper, rest his soul. They were one of the best tag teams, just dominated, guys and everything like that. And now you look at him, he's an afterthought in that group. He's just the tall guy in the group and doesn't wrestle very often.
That's how I know him.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I know him. I feel
like at least with the triples, some of these guys may be able to develop more. You can develop more storylines and, get more TV time.
I kind of think, and I totally could be wrong on this because we don't really know how long contracts are or anything like that. I kind of feel like they have so many mid guys that they're just kind of waiting for these contracts to run out. You know what I mean? Like, throw them in a group and we got a year left. You know what I mean? Like something like that. Like, we'll just do this for now until their contracts run out. Because again, we talk about it all the time. The talent coming up is coming up, and they're coming up fast. So we don't really need all this craziness. So after that match, we had a little segment that I wanted to touch on with Alexa and Charlotte backstage, where they kind of talk about the Royal Rumble and the accidental elimination of Alexis. But you know what? Alexa said, no, I get it. It was an accident. No worries. Charlotte gave her a nice autograph photo of herself for Valentine's Day. So do we think the feud's still going on? We think it's kind of chill. What are you thinking? I'll start with you, Jerry. Feud still going? Gonna chill out?
The feud between each other?
Yes, yeah. Like the inevitable. I was gonna say I shouldn't say feud, but inevitable breakup.
Yeah. No. Yeah. They're gonna stay together, and the reason for that is I am foreseeing a like a fatal 4-way tag team championship match at Mania, and them being involved in it, and that's when I could see the breakup happening. Is somebody turns on the other, or something happens that. But I think they keep those together. That's been a great thing. One, this has finally put the women's tag team championship titles in the main picture. You've developed so many of these, these new tag teams. You got Charlotte, Alexa, you've got,
Rhea.
Yep, exactly. And some of them, it's been able to showcase more of the ladies. Yeah. But the downfall is, and I know we're going to talk about this, but it's been the downfall to the actual women's championship is you haven't had those main card competitors available for that because they've been on the tag team side of things. So hopefully the writers are realizing this and they're gonna do something about that. But I see them staying together and then being a fatal 4-way at Mania somehow.
Yeah, I can see that for sure. So after that, we had our backstage segment with Damian Priest, Trick, and Melo, which we kind of talked about, the announcement of them doing the triple threat. Triple threat qualifier for Elimination Chamber. I was trying to think of the right wording there. But the cool part about this segment was Kit Wilson.
Oh, no.
You can't forget Kit Wilson. You cannot forget Kit. I actually just showed my girlfriend Kit Wilson's Valentine's Day thing that he put out. So if you guys didn't see that, you'll get a chance to kind of see that up on social media there. But yeah, so R-Truth. Kit Wilson comes in. He has a little poem about toxicity. Has a little notebook. Kind of reads through the poem there, and then R-Truth has a nice little rebuttal for him. And R-Truth has I won't say the whole poem, but he has a nice camel toe reference there at the end that kind of makes everyone crack up. Now, the thing I love about Kit Wilson and R-Truth, we've seen it a million times, is when you see like Nick and Damian, like they can't even hold it in. Like they're just like, they're covering their mouth. Like, this is ridiculous. Like even Kit Wilson, I don't know if you saw, but when R-Truth started to do his poem, Kit even had to turn. It was just like, this is ridiculous. So Kit Wilson, one of my new favorite comedy acts. What do you guys think about Kit?
I'm curious where they go because they can't keep him a heel. He's over.
Oh yeah, he's way over, and he kind of seems like a stepping stone. Yeah. Oh yeah. Really, it was the first time he came out to that new entrance.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was instant. Like everyone was just like, wait, is he doing it? Like, I remember even thinking, like, wait, is he doing it on beat? Where he goes, Kit Wilson. I was like, he is. I was like, he's doing it on beat. I was like, this is crazy. So, I love Kit Wilson. But yeah, so kind of getting back to the Priest, Trick, and Melo qualifier, the announcement. So I believe, Jared, I think you said you think, Melo's or Priest is going to take it. I don't know about that. And the reason I say I don't know about that is because Trick Williams is over like a mother right now. I could see him getting in the Elimination Chamber. What are you thinking, Jared?
Oh, no, I 100% agree with you. And when I make that statement, I'm like 55-45 Priest, but Trick is right behind it. I think Melo has the lowest chance of them pushing him over on that.
And he's great, by the way. Melo's awesome, by the way. Yeah, he's awesome.
Like I love it. And actually, I got to say one thing. They showed a small little clip of this last night, and he was one of the only ones. It was him, Jordynne Grace, right? And then oh gosh, all I want to say, Chelsea Green's husband.
Matt Cardona.
Yep. All three of those went to the Veterans Museum, and I was
I saw that.
That was a great little thing. I was like, I appreciate that so much. That made me appreciate Melo. But I think they just got to play the U.S. title, stuff with him too much over the next couple of weeks. But I could totally see Trick being in that chamber.
The crazy thing is, it's almost like Trick has surpassed Carmelo, and they were doing this really nice build with Carmelo, and now I feel like Trick just kind of like, whoa, just leaped off the page past Carmelo, but Carmelo's still great. So like, I hope he doesn't get lost in the shuffle. You know what I mean? Like with all the new talent coming in and he's being somewhat a part of that, I just hope he doesn't get lost in the shuffle. That's my only thing. And David, any thoughts?
I'm curious. Let's see. Where are they going to go? Like I said,
yeah,
their history in NXT was something like, long story short, for a while, Trick was Melo's little bitch.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, for a while, and they directed like Trick got big, Melo turned heel, and now it's like the opposite. So I'm really curious. I see Trick winning.
Is next week a must win for Melo? Because like, what if he loses the title to Ilya?
No, the title's not next week. He's just in triple threat.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah, duh, yeah. I'm thinking the open challenge thing, but yeah, that's right. Yeah, he'll be in the triple threat, so that won't even matter. So with that said, though, I mean, he probably needs to win more than either of them, but I don't think he's going to win. I don't think he has a shot. I think it's definitely going to be Trick or Damian. If I had to bet, I'd probably be opposite of you, Jared. I'd probably be 55 Trick, 45 Damian. But it's close. It's close, man. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. So after that match, we had our women's chamber qualifier. One thing, DJs talking about music and all that stuff. One thing that kind of popped off to me was Zelina coming into Aleister Black's music. Thought it was a really cool entrance for her. I like the way, I feel like she's one of the women that kind of gets forgotten about. And she just kind of ends up in that whole Karrion Kross, Scarlett thing. Aleister Black too, where they're just like not really sure what to do. Maybe they're just waiting for their contracts to run out. But I like Zelina's energy. It was I think it was you that said it, Jared. It was like the battle of the 5'2" women's wrestlers. Because it was Zelina, Alexa, and then Julia. Yeah,
it literally was the battle of the 5'2".
Yeah, they were small as hell in that ring.
Yes, it really was. But it was nice to see. They put on a good show. I think they put on a great show. Got Selena's entrance right. She played that off very, very well.
Yes,
I think they finally got that right. It really sucks, to be honest with you, because they are just boosting this up on the Karrion Kross play and character and everything like that, and that sucked because he was just getting over. And honestly, I liked him. I liked Karrion, and I don't understand that one.
The crazy part about that whole situation, I actually saw his last match in WWE. You know when that was? At SummerSlam.
Yes,
it was a huge show.
Mm-hmm.
That was his last match.
How over was he with the crowd? Because on TV it sounded like it.
So they were over, but I'll tell you what stood out even more. Leaving the arena, they had the post show out in the parking lot, and I believe Triple H was being interviewed, and they were chanting his name very loudly. And this was before they kind of let him go, but the rumors were kind of already there that they might be letting him go. I will say, to WWE's credit, I know you're a fan, Jared, and I have nothing against him, but since he's left, I haven't heard a whole lot. There hasn't been a ton of buzz. I think he's just been doing some indie shows for what I've kind of seen on social media, but it wasn't like, I don't even know how to say this guy's name, the Tama, when he went over to AEW a few weeks ago and won the title.
Tommaso Ciampa.
Tommaso, that's how you say it. Yeah, and now he lost it, but my point was, when he went over, like when he left, boom, he's like, all right, he's making lots of noise. When Kross left, I haven't really heard too much.
I'm curious if there was differences in the contracts and non-compete and stuff like that, because I know each one of them is set up differently.
That is true.
I'm curious because I have seen that Karrion has just been doing some indie stuff, and I think he won a title. I think I saw a couple weeks ago or something like that.
Oh, did he? Okay. I must have missed that.
Some sort of independent title or whatever like that. But, it could be another play, such as like they did with Cody. Go down, develop your character a little bit more, go win yourself over with some of the smaller fans, and then come back.
That's kind of the tough part, right? Because if you're already on the WWE main roster, you don't want to go to NXT. Mm-hmm. So I think that's also why they have the AAA deals and the TNA deals, because it's just like, all right, go develop some stuff over here. I'd like
to see the TNA thing utilized a little bit more.
Yeah. Especially like with guys like Leon Slater over there. Like I want to see that guy more for sure.
I think their relationship's more of like NXT.
Yes. Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, they're definitely thought of as a developmental brand, for sure. So all right, after that, we kind of talked about him a little bit. Trick Willie comes out, whoop that Trick, and as soon as that music hits, man, I've seen it in person already, and I mean, when that music hits, man, it is great. Like, it reminds me of just starting to watch WWE again about 2.5 years ago with the Uso entrance. When that Uso entrance hit, woo! And that's what it is with Trick right now. And Trick ends up having a match with one of my favorites, actually, Rey Fenix. Like, he's awesome in the ring. Like, I'm a big fan of Rey Fenix. he's another one of those mid-card guys that I kind of feel gets lost in the shuffle sometimes. But anytime he performs, he's amazing, man. So I love him. Of course, Trick will do his talking before the match gets going. So he did all his talking. I think we kind of already touched on it, but the question I had down here was, do you guys feel like Trick is main event ready? So let's just say, let's say Trick wins Elimination Chamber. He's going to go against Drew. Do you think they would put him over this quick? No. Nah.
No,
he's
if
just
there
so
is
on fire.
It's Oba.
Yeah.
I think Trick is right there.
Yeah.
But just knowing the history, they won't push him this quick.
The thing about Trick that I kind of feel, and you guys give me your opinions, I kind of feel like this has all really happened organically too. I don't think WWE was expecting it to go off the way it did. He always got that love in NXT, but literally the second he jumped on WWE, he's just been out of here.
One thing that helped him a ton, and it probably was very frustrating for him, in my opinion, he should have been called up last year after Mania or around that time frame because he was already ready. But I believe another year down there helped his character develop and helped him even go over more with the fans. So the transition up was even that much more organic, like you mentioned.
Yeah, because he's got the catchphrases and all that.
He got that heel run, just like you said, develop that character. But I don't see him being a heel much longer.
No, I agree with that.
No,
they don't have much of a choice. He's super over right now. But you know what though? Now that I kind of think about it, David, with his, I don't think they addressed it yet though. I was gonna say with his girlfriend being Lash Legend, now fiance, I saw he proposed to her. With her being such a heel, maybe they do try to keep him heelish for a little while to maybe try to tie in some of that stuff. I don't know. Just
I guess the question I got for you, David, I got a question for you is, even though he is over, why can't he stay a heel? And I mean, it's
fans are cheering for him. So,
but I will say this:
they're not going to go against the grain too much.
But you know what though? Fans are kind of getting on Drew's good side. So Drew's a bad guy, but fans are cheering him. I'm there in the arenas when Drew comes out, he gets cheered. It's not like Gunther. Gunther is totally opposite. When he comes out, he's loudly booed. He's a heel, no question. Drew is kind of one of those things where it's just like Drew's heel turn is he tells the truth, right? So like he might talk shit, but it's his truth. Trick, you can almost say the same thing. He took a jab at Sami wearing Skechers, which I thought was hilarious. But I'm really loving the Trick Williams direction and all that stuff. Now, the moment everyone's been waiting for at the show: Jade versus Jordynne. We were waiting because Jared is a super Jade Cargill fan, so. So Jade and Jordynne, they have their match. So that was a good match. Jade ends up retaining a little bit, but before actually the match gets going, I don't want to forget this. We had a little interruption from the Judgment Day. Dom wanted to have a Valentine's date with Liv. Raquel was there too as a third wheel. I don't know why she was out there, but she was out there as a third wheel. So yeah, Dom set up a little date with a nice little table, some chicken nuggets, a bottle of Dom Perignon with Dom's face on it. So thought that was a little clever. My only question though is like, I don't know if WWE regretted that at the top. And the reason I say that is because as soon as the match started, the whole crowd was chanting Dirty Dom. Meanwhile, Jade and Jordynne are going at it and they're like, Dirty Dom, Dirty, Dirty Dom. I was like, maybe WWE's like, shit. Maybe we shouldn't have done this here, like, because we want to keep focus on the women's title. Like, they're going after the title. So we had Jade win. She won cleanly, and then goes over to Liv and says, "If you pick me, I'm that bitch." And she always goes through that whole thing. But Jared, I know you're not a huge fan of Jade because she hasn't, defended the title as much. But I was actually thinking about this. Do you think Jordynne Grace was actually called up because she's really the only body type in the women's division that kind of matches Jade as far as the super muscular woman. I feel like that's like maybe a part of the reason they brought Jordynne up, because other than like, they're not going to have Jade and Tiffy just keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So I feel like they brought Jordynne up like, okay, here's a girl that can kind of help with this. What are your thoughts, Jared? I know you're very opinionated on Jade, so hit me with it, brother. Hit me with it.
It's not like I just dislike or hate her, you know.
Right.
I want to like her. Like when she first appeared, I loved her entrance. Great.
You like the softcore porn music entrance? Oh my god! Every time I hear that, I'm like, what is this? Like,
I don't know about the music, but I was the enhancements, the effects, the lasers.
Yes, it looks good.
You know, that looked good and stuff like that. There's still, in my opinion, my opinion ain't worth jack, but too many botches at times from her. But she has developed a little bit more and more. I feel like just as a writing crew, they have. Oh, what's the term? How do I want to say this? They failed her, to be honest with you. And I feel like that's why she hasn't gone over, because they have just put, I'm sorry, but you don't just go straight into a feud with Michin. You know, you don't go with a couple of these ladies. With B-Fab and a couple of these ladies you have, because you're going straight from Tiffy at Survivor Series and then all the way just immediately. And it's like, I'm sorry, you don't need her character just to get over and be this dominant girl. She already kind of has been in a sense, you know, but there's just been, they've put so much more energy into the tag team division, like I was talking about, and developing that side of things, that it's just like, okay, here's just a little bit extra. And I feel like that's where they didn't think of more of the, you know, mid to long term, at least 3 to 6 month range on what that was going to look like. Is just one thing I don't think that helped was Tiffany getting hurt right at the end of the year, because I think that would have been probably, ideally, they would have liked to have probably done a rematch towards the end of the year. With the holidays and everything like that, they had to figure out something to try to do a storyline going into Rumble, and what that looked like and stuff like that. And so there was probably just a lot of last minute storylines being developed and stuff like that, and they're trying to like play catch up now with it. I do like your take on bringing Jordynne Grace up with that and the body type and things like that,
because we don't really have any other girls that have the muscles like that. Like,
maybe got Natty, but she's on Raw.
Natty, the only other one, and she's big, but she's not muscular, is like, you know, your Lash Legends, your Raquel Rodriguez. But again, they're more big, not so much muscular. So that's why I was thinking maybe that's the reason they brought Jordynne up, to kind of like, okay, we could kind of have a little something going back and forth here. Almost like a break in case of an emergency situation, like throw it Jordynne, like here we go. David, what my mind goes through
the first thing that goes through my mind back again is, yeah, it's nice to be able to have the muscular girl and somebody go against that may be comparable that way, but I automatically go back to Rey Mysterio. Rey was not even close to anybody's size whatsoever. Battled Great Khali, battled Big Show, battled Batista, all those guys, and still was over and won, and, you know,
fair.
Number one in the Rumble and won it.
Yeah, fair point. David, what are your thoughts on Miss Cargill retaining?
Not surprised. I'm curious what direction they're going. Mania.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like it's going to either be Tiffany or Charlotte. But
yeah. Most likely, you're talking about for elimination.
Yeah.
Most likely.
Mania overall. So.
Yeah. Oh, you think going against Jade would be one of them too?
Because I mean, obviously, there's rumors of her dropping a title, but I didn't see it. She gets one defense in 102 days.
One thing I think that has affected her is Bianca not coming back like they thought.
Yeah.
That I think has really affected it, because I truly believe that was going to be the story.
And Naomi too. Don't forget Naomi too.
Yeah.
Well,
like Naomi, that's two of her like rivals that ended up both hurt. So she's just kind of like floating.
Well, you got to remember Naomi went over to Raw.
Mm-hmm.
That and then
Yeah, but you know what? There's been way more crossover now than you know what I mean. Like they, especially getting close to WrestleMania season, like Cody showing up on Raw and Roman, and you know what I mean. Like Roman's mostly SmackDown, right? Like
he's still technically SmackDown, which is crazy.
Yeah, but he's been on Raw tons of times
ever since they went to Netflix.
Yeah, and you know what? Kind of getting off subject a little bit. I kind of feel like they just need to dead that whole thing because, like, especially with Netflix having Raw and USA has this and ESPN has PLEs, they're paying all these billions of dollars. I'm pretty sure they want everybody. Like, I'm pretty sure Netflix wants Cody. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure USA wants, I don't know, Solo, or, I'm trying to think of just Raw people. But, like, they need to just dead that. Like, it's stupid anyway. Like, we're going to keep this separate. Keep your NXT separate because that is the development. I get that. Have no issues with that. Bring them up every once in a while. All good. But, yeah, I mean, I think they need to dead all that. And just, then you have these funny storylines. You guys remember when Paul Heyman told Sami Zayn, like, hey, if you go to SmackDown, I'll get you a title fight. Sami's like, screw that, I'll never go. And then 2 weeks later, Sami's over at SmackDown anyway. So, like, they need to just stop with all that. What are your thoughts on that? Those are my thoughts.
If they're gonna do the brand, I love what they did with the Survivor Series stuff back in the day.
I was just gonna say that. Bring some of that stuff back where you have some of the Raw versus SmackDown.
That would have been like, okay, if we go back to Jade having the title, if Naomi wasn't out and she still would have had the title, it would have been champion versus champion. Or there for a while, I think one year they actually included NXT in there. So they had like 3 ways of the champions facing each other.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's bad, but they have to like either just separate it or just keep it all together. Me personally, I'd rather have them just kind of keep it all together. That way you could spread out some of these things. So if you have a big Monday Night Raw and Oba ends up signing with SmackDown, you can have Oba on Raw and you're totally fine. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff.
I mean, I think it's just like what Jerry was saying a while ago with these TV deals.
Yeah.
They're going to say, hey, we want them over here. They're going to make it happen. They got too much money involved right now.
For sure. No question.
Do you guys believe that Oba is going to be SmackDown?
So it kind of looked like that from backstage, right? So we had the backstage segment with, Oba and Nick Aldis and which actually I was just about to get into. So great timing there. So before that, though, we actually had another cool cinematic Oba presentation. And by the way, WWE's been killing it with these cinematic promos. Like they've been looking really awesome. Like even the ones that they've been doing for the NXT stars have been like crushing. Like they're done really well. I don't know who does those, but big ups to them. So Oba got the SmackDown contract offer. He didn't accept. Looked like he was going to accept before Kit Wilson interrupts him. Our second Kit Wilson appearance. I guess they figured, well, if we're not going to do the entrance, we'll at least have him do a couple backstage segments. So Kit Wilson comes out, does another poem about toxicity, masculine toxicity, and basically talks his way into another Oba Femi match next Friday. I don't know how I feel about this because I love Oba, I love Kit, but it's just like, what is this? Oba just going to kill him again in 2 minutes? Like, but what's the point? What's the point of that? Like we just saw that last week.
It's WWE's track record is they bring somebody up like that is just dominant and then just throw them the smallest guys on the roster for
which is fine. But we've already seen this with Kit.
But
let him destroy someone else.
It won't technically a match if you think about it, though.
What do you mean?
Him and Kit was not a match.
No, it never. The bell never rang.
Yeah.
Oh! You're talking about last week. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Actually, you're right. That is fair. Yeah. Oba just came out and just fucked him up. So I love it. I mean, I'll watch it. I'll be excited to see Kit Wilson's entrance and Oba. I mean, Oba has a great freaking entrance too, man. So his little shoulder, he gets into it. So I love that. Do you guys see that meme of Do you guys see that meme of like of his necklace? And they're like, "Yo, wrestling with Dunkin' Donuts munchkins around your neck is crazy." Like, I was dying. I was dying. I was cracking up. So that was Oba's segment there. So Oba and Kit, we get that next week. And then leading up to our main event, we're getting to the end of the show here. Yeah.
Okay, so I want to get into that, but there was one thing we actually missed.
Oh, hit me.
We missed fully going into the Alexa Julia Zelina match because all we did was end on Zelina's entrance. We never talked about the match or anything.
Oh yes, right. Well, I did say Alexa ended up winning it, but did you have something else you wanted to touch on that?
More so, I could have seen Alexa taking that from the start with, but one thing that I want to bring up is the double standard between the men's U.S. title and the women's U.S. title. Why can we not have an open U.S. women's titles match each week or every other week or something like that?
Especially with women's division being loaded, I would love that. That's a great idea, Jared.
I would love to see that more often. I mean, Julia hasn't gotten over with the fans, but I feel like she's put on some pretty good matches. She's awesome in the ring. Yeah. I feel like the only thing that holds her back is the language barrier, but she's awesome in the ring. I totally agree. And I feel like that's another double standard because you look at Asuka and you look at some of these other ladies that are international stars that have the language barrier as well, but they've been able to speak and talk in their foreign language as well sometimes and get over. Why are you holding Julia back? I could see that's probably going to be a feud coming up and a turn with her manager or whatever
Kiana.
With Kiana. Thank you. Yeah. I could see that coming up and maybe Kiana takes it sometime, but let's develop those mid-card gals a little bit more.
Yeah. One thing I will say about Julia with the language barrier, I do notice she talks less in English than probably any of the other ones. Like Asuka is still, she has a very thick accent, Io as well, but they can still kind of get some stuff out there. Julia kind of struggles a little bit. I don't know, maybe we can get her a Duolingo membership for Valentine's Day or something and help her out a little bit. I don't know. But because I really like her. I really like her. Like, I hope the language barrier doesn't have her kind of fall by the wayside because in the ring, she's awesome. Like, I really do like her a lot. But no worries, man. I definitely don't mind jumping back to that. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's talk one more thing about the triple threat. So when it was announced with the participants, I kind of talked to this a little bit about this last night with David. I kind of feel like the Elimination Chamber qualifiers, it's just like a foregone conclusion. So when you see the lineup, I'm like, yeah, she's easily going to win this in the Elimination Chamber. There's no chance. And we're about to talk about the men's, and with even the men's, I'm like, yeah, Cody's going to win this. Now, I did think Jacob had a shot, but they just seem to be very like chalk. You know what I mean? Like, yep, this person's going to win. How do you guys feel about the chalk booking, so to speak, of like no real surprises so far anyway with any of these Elimination Chambers? Like even Randy's qualifier, like he was going to win. I mean, what are your thoughts?
I didn't totally think that Randy was going to win because of his injuries and his back and everything like that. I wasn't sure if they would put him in the chamber again, just trying to elongate his career a little bit more. I like that they did. I think they'll try to protect him in there, but you can only protect him so long. But I would rather see him do something to be able to put, to make some better matchups or at least something that we can't totally predict right off the bat.
Because like the way I looked at, and the only reason I thought about the Randy thing, I wasn't really factoring in the injuries. I was looking at it from a business booking perspective, and they just want their biggest names. So like, of course, Randy was the biggest name. Alexa's the biggest name. Of course they're gonna win. Like I don't know. It just, I enjoy the matches. Don't get me wrong, but it's just like when they start, it's just like, okay, how are we gonna get here?
Do you think with Jacob? I bet there's a back channel or somewhere that he's going to qualify for it as well and be in there because they still got three spaces still available.
Yeah.
They've done second chance ones before.
Yes.
Oh, have they? I didn't even know about that. So what do they do with the second chance? Like just a random match to kind of get. Okay, so
probably another triple threat like they've done.
So it will be like someone that had
the losers or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So would it be like a winner of, like, let's just say we'll talk about Cody winning this. So it would be like Cody versus Jacob for that last slot. So like Cody already won the elimination, or there's one open spot and then they have
No,
a second chance for all them.
so for the next week, you know, you got like Trick and Damien and Melo.
Mhm.
So it's like maybe it's going to be Trick versus Jacob versus somebody from last week's
For the last spot.
Again.
Got you. Okay. I wasn't sure if you could take someone else's spot. That would be kind of cool. If Jacob's just like, nah, I want your spot, Cody. We're making it happen. Like, and then whoever wins that, like, does he take Cody's spot? Like, you know what would be cool, an idea? Like, let's just say Jacob held a title. If you put your title on the line for an Elimination Chamber spot,
Ooh,
that would be cool. Right?
not a bad idea.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
like a little gamble is just like, yo, I'll put my title up for your spot.
That's not a bad idea.
Man, we got tag WWE creative in this, man.
Honestly,
All right. So, I just thought of that. That's actually, like, I'm pretty excited about that. I wish that would happen.
I think that's a whole show we could do on the behind the scenes, you know, creative and writers, and talk about just the Netflix doc.
After the bell, Unreal. That's what we'll do. All right, so let's talk about our. What's that, David?
So we're tag Triple H.
Yeah, tag Triple H. So let's talk about our main event. So before our main event, we had a little segment with Drew backstage. David kind of alluded to it. He was just like, watch, Drew's going to interfere on this match. He already kind of knew it. But Drew was kind of talking about his beef between Cody, between Jacob, and then he turns and he sees Sami, and Sami's like, nah, go ahead, say what you're just going to say. And Drew is basically like, nah, man, I respect you. You're a good man. I'm rooting for you tonight. And it really just boils down to he hates Jacob and Cody. So that's why he was rooting for Sami. So they start the match. Cody, Sami, Jacob. Drew, of course, comes down towards the end. Beats up Cody, beats up Jacob. Cody's laid out. Drags Sami on top of Cody to get the easy pin. But Cody recovers. And then he ends up pinning Sami to advance. So our final image there, you know, Cody's standing, still winning, and Drew's just furious. He's just like, God damn it, I can't get rid of these people. So do you think Drew is scared of Cody and Jacob, and that's why he's going with Sami? Or what are your kind of thoughts, David? I'll start with you, man.
Well, I'm still mad at myself. I was half right.
Tell them why you say half. Tell them why you say half.
Because Cody's still ended up winning. I thought Sami.
He thought Sami was going to win it. He thought Sami was going to win.
I wanted Jacob.
I'm like you. And then we started talking. We were texting. I was like, are they going to try to make this a 4-way match?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
I wanted Jacob, but I figured Cody was going to win just because of the name. And,
I think they have a triple threat now with Sami losing the way he did.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be in it.
Yeah, Jared, what do you think? You think Drew's a little scared of Cody and Jacob, or?
Yeah, in a sense.
I think he might be scared of Jacob and sick of Cody.
Yes.
Right.
Let me actually rephrase this.
Yeah.
Scared of Jacob, hates Cody, dislikes Sami the most or the least out of them all. But yeah, I think the hatred just for Cody is there. That's never left. Scared of Jacob for sure, I think.
Yeah.
Not going to play it off that way. I'd love to see a no DQ fatal 4-way at Mania. All 4 of those.
Kind of cool.
I'm trying to remember last time we've had a multi-man for a title at Mania.
That would be cool.
No, I think, what was it, Edge?
It was Edge,
Daniel
Bryan, and
Roman pinned them both.
Yeah.
Lily stacked them and pinned
them.
Oh man, I gotta watch that. That sounds awesome.
That was that Mania 2021?
Yeah, it was the first one back with the crowd.
Yep.
That's awesome. That's awesome, dude. Awesome, guys.
That was a weird one how that developed. And so this is something that we can help educate Matt on is so Edge was the Rumble winner that year, and it ended up developing into a triple threat at Mania.
Nice.
because
Nice.
Daniel Bryan was so over. That's the reason that I think like a week ago I had thrown that out to you guys of, do they keep pushing Finn in a little bit more and make this a triple threat at Mania?
Oh, I can see it, but the star power, there's a big difference.
Yeah. Because Mania, you could kind of, again, I've only been watching it 2 years, but in my experience, you can pretty much just bank on the biggest names in Mania somehow. However they get there, it's just going to be the biggest names. I mean, that's what it's about. With the exception of maybe, was that last year when Ray Phoenix got hurt and then Joe Hendry came in? Was that last year against Randy?
No, it was
2 years?
Kevin Owens.
Yes, you're right. That was with Kevin. You're right. Yep, that was with Kevin.
Hopefully he ends up back, but
yeah, man. Oh, I want Kevin Owens back.
I texted you guys that last night. I was like, I was hoping maybe at Rumble we might be able to see. To see.
Yeah, man. D Walker says here you can see Finn being involved with the triple threat. Yeah, I mean, I could see Finn kind of getting in there. But again, I don't. Yeah, like to David's point, star power. I don't know if Finn's there yet, which is kind of crazy. He's awesome in the ring. What? What's that?
If it was the WWE title, then
yeah. Mm-hmm. Fair point. So Cody, does this make him look stronger that he tried to get Drew tried to screw him out of it, and Cody ended up like, nope, I'm going to be in the Elimination Chamber. I'm still coming for you. It kind of feels like
Cody's
it's just going to be. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say. Again, just Elimination Chamber kind of feels like it's about to be chalk. Yeah. Okay. By everyone's reaction, you seem to agree with me. So
Cody wins. Maybe a surprise. Somebody coming back. Somebody interfering.
Maybe the Masked Man. Who's the Masked Man? Oh man.
I saw an interesting take on this the other day, and I know that.
All right, let's talk Masked Man. Go ahead, Jared.
We've talked about this, but I don't think we've mentioned this: the Masked Man being Bad Bunny.
Yeah. So that's a big rumor. Going on.
The interesting thing was he took Braun out. So how would that apply to what we think is maybe Logan? Because that they're not going to put Breaker against Bad Bunny.
So initially I thought Adam Pearce, and then they had the segment with Pearce when he was out there. So I kind of debunked that. Then I thought maybe Logan's brother, Jake. I thought it might be him. Still might be.
It could be. They had some beef over Super Bowl.
Yes, with the Bad Bunny thing. Yeah. Yep. Which they also kind of alluded to. Maybe that's why it's Bad Bunny. So one thing about Bad Bunny, I'll say this. From what I saw him wrestle and stuff, did great. And he actually took it really serious. Went to the Performance Center. Actually took time out of his schedule to train and like actually do it right. So with all that said, I don't think it's Bad Bunny because he would have wanted to train before a month now, WrestleMania. Like I don't, and his schedule's so crazy. I can't see them. Yeah. Now if WrestleMania was in Puerto Rico, okay, maybe we have a chance because that's where he's at. You know what I mean? But I don't see
a crowd more over than that Puerto Rico. Well, the only other one that I would put in there is the French crowd.
They're awesome.
Year. They deserve a Mania. 100%.
Yeah.
From that. I would love to see that. Just I'm done with Saudi Arabia. Give it to France.
Well, Saudi Stadium looked cool, but the way they designed it, it kind of looked like no one was there.
But they've already torn that stadium down. That was just temporary.
Yeah, that's crazy. I saw that. They already tore that stadium down. That is insane.
I saw something the other day. It was sucks. I think we got 2 more PLEs in Saudi this year.
And they're just going to build new stadiums for that?
No, the only reason they did it because the one, it's Riyadh season. So the one they usually did,
right?
They can't do right now.
So, got you.
I'm curious to ask you guys this. So Facebook feed, the algorithm will throw random groups in and stuff like that. With TKO in the financial troubles that they are right now, And, especially with them bumping prices up like crazy. And I don't know if you guys saw, but I think this might have been in our chat, but Allegiant Stadium now doing 25% off of tickets right now. I saw an interesting take that Saudi group may be in the running to potentially purchase stakes in WWE or take over.
That's been around a while, because that was what I think everybody was worried about originally for TKO got them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if TKO wants to sell it, I mean, they have the money to buy it, so it's really up to TKO if they want to sell it. I think that might happen if I don't know if TKO's in financial trouble the way you kind of explained, just because of these deals that they got. But maybe when these deals are up, they might be like, okay, maybe we need to change some things, sell a portion of the company, that kind of stuff. In which case, I could definitely see Saudi.
It's crazy how much different it has been since McMahon ran it versus TKO. McMahon being profitable, and all of a sudden TKO comes in and screws the pooch.
Well, that's part of what they're like. McMahon had his faults, but they were talking about ticket prices, and everybody was like, McMahon would never have done this.
Yeah,
he was for the middle class.
And TKO right now is definitely about elevating I feel like WWE has been elevated, but has all the prices also been elevated to go along with that? Because I mean, dude, the ESPN deal is huge. You know what I mean? Like the fact that we got wrestling on ESPN. Yes, it's just an app right now, but I could totally see a Mania just being on regular ESPN in the future, because all these channels, kind of getting a little bit off topic, all these channels, they need live sports content, period, because that's the only thing people watch live. Everything else is recorded or Netflixed and, on demand. Like, they want the sports, because if you're watching live, you see the commercials, and they can actually do that.
But does ESPN renew that deal right now?
Right now?
Because they've been losing money. They haven't been happy with that deal since they signed it.
Yeah, they definitely have it. D Walker says, do we feel like the TKO has too much input in creative? Jared shaking his head, yes. Explain.
100% yes. They need to stay the hell out of it and
let Papa H run with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, the thing from what I hear anyway on the internet, how reliable the internet is. What I hear is, the Saudis are very much about their legacy performers, So there's been rumors, and I'm sure you guys seen it too, about like Stone Cold coming back for one more because the Saudis will give him $15 million or whatever.
Next year, it'll be a lot of nostalgia.
They are offering so much money. What I see, 50+ million The Rock or something like that for coming.
Rock and Roman finally next year.
I mean, if you're The Rock, how do you turn that down?
It's not.
Jesus.
He's on the board.
Like, that's crazy. Damn, man. Yeah, they
want Taker to wrestle. They want Stone Cold coming back. They want Rock. Like, they literally want Attitude Era coming back.
I don't see Taker doing it.
No, I don't think Taker would do it.
Because he's he's not never. If he comes back, he'll come back like on screen, but he's the dead man character's done.
Yeah, for sure. So, all right, guys, let's kind of wrap this up here. So, what was your favorite match of the night? Go back. So, favorite matches. We had the triple threat with Cody, Sami, Jacob. We had the Jade and Jordynne, Trick and Ray. Our women's chamber qualifier with Alexa, Zelina, and Julia. And then what else do we have? Oh, the 10-man tag. Almost forgot about that.
Trick and Ray.
Yeah. I'm going to go with that one too.
That was my second. I'm going to put it with Rhea, Io, Nia, and Lash. It left a little on the table, and that
was the only reason why I didn't pick that. That's the only reason.
That's it, but I just for me, I'm thinking just start to finish, just good quality, out of ring stuff, in ring stuff, including the tables, setting up for the next piece, because I'm also thinking about like next week and the week after and stuff like that. They set up a little bit of the what if situation with that, with Ray and Trick. I'm like, okay, what happens next? It was just a good, solid matchup. So I think that's why I put it just slightly ahead, but good, both of them good ones.
David?
Like I said, I mean, just the trick at Ray. I think that was your best one for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they both left it out there. Like at one point, you got like, oh shit, is Ray gonna do the upset?
That's kind of the thing with Trick is just like, you'll have the guys come out that are like really good on the mic. He's really good on the mic, but it usually takes a little while for them to kind of, but once that bell rings, you're like, oh damn, like he's actually putting in some work too. Like he's actually really good. Yeah, Trick is just sorry. That's enough man crushing over Trick. Over Trick Williams here. So for Monday Night Raw coming up, let me see what our producer assistant, Mr. Chat GPT, gives me here. Hopefully this is accurate. Oh yeah, I do believe this is true. So we have the men's Elimination Chamber qualifier, Gunther, Javon, and Dominic Mysterio. Right. Yes. What do you guys think about that? Now chalk-wise, Gunther wins this. What are you thinking, David?
Gunther's not going to be the title picture. I see.
He's going to be in the Elimination Chamber, though.
I don't see it.
You don't think so? So who do you think? Who you got?
Well, who's he retiring?
I think they'll have him wrestle more than just retirement matches. But yeah, I understand your point.
So
who you got, David? Who you got?
Ooh, I just thought about it. I see Dragon Lee coming back and screwing Gunther.
Ooh, I like it.
Now
I see Dom with the upset.
Yeah, so I think, and you guys already know how I feel about Javon Evans. A little too early for him right now. But I could totally see Dom taking it. And I also see Dom and Javon in the ring is going to be fun, man.
Mm-hmm.
Gunther's really the outcast. If you really think about it in this triple threat, like he's the one that kind of doesn't fit.
Yeah, I remember Dom, Javon and Gunther been in the ring in the Cena tournament. That first.
Oh yeah, wait.
Gunther's first match back.
Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah, you're right. Oh wow, I forgot about that. Yeah, that's gonna be awesome. Go ahead.
Javon hung with him.
Go ahead, David.
No, I was saying Javon hung with him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
They got to do Dom. I know he's been injured, but
I will be shocked if Gunther doesn't win this, and I hope I am shocked, but I believe that he'll be in there. Javon, oh my gosh, last Monday that move off the ropes just incredible. Holy crap. Mysterio, they've got to get him.
Shout out to what's his name, Berto, the other mask guy, right? Berto or something like that. Yeah, because I mean, hey, he was half of that. You know what I mean? Like Javon gets a lot of credit, but man, that was a hell of a move.
That reminded me
of timing.
Yeah, reminded me of the Logan
Jelly Roll.
No, Ricochet.
Ricochet, thank you.
Oh, Ricochet. Okay.
Royal Rumble a couple of years ago. It was equal to that. But Dom, they got to get Dom back on the Intercontinental title, picture and getting that defended, which is another freaking thing that annoys the hell out of me and bugs the crap out of me.
You.
Where
they
is
need to go back these titles every 30 days.
Yes. Jade should have been stripped. Dom should have been stripped. And I understand you got the storylines, but come on.
Yeah. This is Dom's first match back, right?
Yeah.
Am I remembering that? Because I don't think he's wrestled since he's been hurt, right? Yeah, this is his first one.
Like November.
Yeah, he's been out for a while because they were actually setting up.
Was Cena's last match? No, he got hurt in something else.
No, yeah.
He got hurt after the Cena match.
Yeah, I think it was right after, though. I think it was like right after. Yeah, I don't think he got hurt in the Cena match. It was right after that.
I think it was. I think it was a AAA. Well, I'm thinking about it.
Yes, you're right, because I was watching that. Yeah, because they were actually building him up on AAA. So yeah, you're right. You're right. It did happen in AAA is where he got hurt at, which I'm sure TKO was like, damn. But all right, so that is the men's, and then we have the women's elimination qualifier. I know this is correct too. We have Asuka, Bayley, and Natty. This is kind of boring to me. I'll be honest with you. I mean, Asuka's gonna win this. I don't think Bayley or Natty have even a chance.
Asuka wins it with interference.
You think Kyrie will?
Well, yeah.
But remember, her and Kyrie are a little.
They haven't done anything since the Rumble with them two. Neither one of them have been seen.
Well, I mean, damn, dude, the Rumble was just like 2 weeks ago. I mean, it's not.
Yeah, but not
It's not that long ago. But yeah, you're right.
No segments or anything.
No, you know what? I think they did. I think they did have a segment last week. There was nothing this week though.
No,
like maybe a backstage. No,
I don't remember since.
Okay, but yeah, so just kind of a chalk one. I think. Oscar, go ahead, Jared.
I was gonna say the other thing that I could see is Bailey winning this to develop Asuka and God, why am I with Kyrie, Asuka and Kyrie, because I think I could see them being a part of that fatal four way that I keep referencing for the tag title at Mania, and then a breakup there or something like that. Because I think those two are starting to get closer to something.
Well, I think, Jared, we talked about it, Matt and I, the women's tag title. I think that's going to be some kind of multi-team match in Mania.
Yeah, I think we all agree upon that. I keep putting
it's just so loaded. It's just so loaded.
And I think that's where the Kabuki Warrior breakup's going to happen.
I agree there.
Because Kyrie, of course, fans love her.
Yes, of course. All right, so Monday, those are the qualifier matches we have also listed as appearing. We have AJ Lee, CM Punk, Stephanie Vaquer, Rhea Ripley, Becky Lynch, Roman Reigns will actually be making an appearance. So
is he?
Roman coming out of the shot? I mean, this is what it says. I don't know. It says, it says schedule for the 16th is what it says. So I don't know.
It's in Tennessee, so not too far from Florida for him to go.
So I don't think he's wrestling. It's just
but I don't know. I'm saying I don't think he's
okay. So maybe not. All right. Well, thanks, ChatGPT, if that's wrong. But you are correct. They're in Memphis, Tennessee, this Monday. So yeah. So we'll look forward to that. We kind of talked about men's qualifier. Gunther, probably being the favorite. Dominic probably getting a shot at that. With the women's, Asuka's probably going to take that as well. Probably get a little promo with AJ talking shit to Becky, and Becky will probably come out, do her Donald Trump impersonation, and we'll keep it moving. So, all right, guys. Well, that's going to do it. After the bell, thank you so much for tuning in. Big shout. Make sure you're following David and Jared. And let me do a little. Nope, you still can't see. I was trying to get Jared's. There you go. It's kind of small, but you can see Jared. Let me make Jared nice. That's not going to work either. I was trying to get Jared's Instagram handle up. So tell him your Instagram handle, Jared, since we can't necessarily see it.
No, I appreciate that. It's just PDX like the airport. So PDX DJ Jared. So appreciate it, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in, for watching live. We do appreciate it because we just started this and it's just it's
fun as hell, man.
Hobby, just something we love and we bond over being DJs and stuff like that. So thank you guys.
And this is just us talking shit normally. So we just hit the record button and present it to the world.
Pure organic.
We're having a good time with it. So thank you guys for tuning in. We will see you Monday. We're gonna do Monday Night Raw. I don't know if it'll be live right after the match. We'll figure that out. But I'll be away in Vegas over there. So we'll definitely get that up for you. But until then, after the bell, out.